We're at Vashon Cohousing today to look at a community-scale compost system that processes the food waste from about 18 different households.
So we started our composting project here at Vashon Cohousing out of our community's need for recycling our food waste. We have 18 homes here. We have about 55 people on average, people coming and going. And we generate about 4 tons of food waste a year. And we're now into it for 6 years, so 6 times 4 times, that's 24 tons of food waste. I mean, yeah, wow. And about 20 to 25% of municipal garbage is food waste.
Yeah.
And it really belongs in the soil. It came from the soil, belongs in the soil. So I'll show you the pieces of the system. The starting point is water. We have something under 800 gallons of storage. One of the things we learned is that it takes a lot of water to produce high quality compost. We use somewhere between, in the winter, we don't need as much water because the ingredients are wet. So, the wood chips and the horse manure. And so we use maybe 50 gallons, but this time of year, 75, 80 gallons of water per batch. And we feel good about using rainwater, but last year we ran out of rainwater by late August, and so there were several weeks we had to use municipal water. Number 1 is water. Number 2 is oxygen, and this blower is set on a timer, and it comes on 30 seconds every 30 minutes, and air flows like water. So it goes down through a pipe that goes right underneath here and goes straight back, and the air pops up here, and then these valves control the direction of the air. So this bin is now active. This bin is inactive. This is the next bin that we will activate, and then that third bin. So we just rotate the bins, and at any one time, 2 bins are cooking, and the third bin is waiting to be emptied.
So this is the active bin, currently active bin, which means it has air going 30 seconds every 30 minutes, pumping through it.
Yeah. One of the things that's different about this system than a conventional backyard system is where you would manually turn. Well, the aeration does the turning for us, so that we fill the bin, and it goes for a month. We want it homogeneous. We want it so that it has a structure so that there aren't layers that block the air coming up through. And so the wood chips provide the structure and carbon to feed the bacteria and fungi, and then ultimately fungi. One of the challenges that we had when we started this is we started with just wood chips and food waste, and it composted beautifully, but there was almost nothing. When you screened out the wood chips, there was basically nothing left. There was so little for our gardens. These are 2 things in this pile. One, this is horse manure that we bring in from a neighboring horse farm, but this is from a farm that does sprouted greens.
You brought up a good point, Mark, is there's 2 reasons to compost. One is to process a waste product, which is your food waste, and the second is to get a usable product with enough volume that you can use it to grow more food or to amend your gardens. And you had a system that was very effective at processing your food waste and keeping it out of the landfill, but you didn't have enough at the end to use for growing more food and for your garden, so then bringing another product to bulk it up. I think that's a helpful thing for people to think about as they're designing their own systems is what is your end goal and how much product are you going to need and what are you going to use your final product for?
We generate about a cubic yard of finished compost a month. And we just finished this off, so what you're seeing mostly is the bulking agents and the manure. But then what we do, this is in here for a month, and it cooks for a month. We can get up to 170 degrees in these. From a bin that we just emptied a week ago. And So what's astonishing is that the food is just gone. I mean, it's gone within 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And then this is the unscreened raw compost. So it's in the curing bin for another month or more. So the next thing to do is screen it. This gets mounted on the truck. It's on a 5-amp Milwaukee whole hog drill, which runs this axle that drives this, and these are bicycle rims and what is that, 1/2-inch screen. It takes an hour or so, hour and a half to screen a cubic yard of the mature compost. The basic was the blower, the piping, the initial bins, about $2,500. But then, another $500 at least for the trommel, and then installing the pressure tank and the water system. So we're probably into this about $5,000. But again, this is a neighborhood scale system. But this is the freshly screened compost.
I don't know. This, I suspect, would make a wonderful compost tea, compost extract. Just looking at it, you can see things crawling in it, and little critters and worms, and just all the activity and life going on in here. So this would provide, I would think, a lot of microbial diversity and a lot of good organic carbon and a little bit less mineral nutrients than something that's maybe manure based. It's really beautiful.